Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Om Nilambujasyambalkomalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Panavu Maha Sayaka Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham. Adorations to Lord Rama, whose complexion is like a blue lotus, very tender and delightful in appearance. Sita is seated on his left side, and he is carrying a powerful bow and arrow in his hands. Sri Ramacharitmanas of Goswami Tulsidas, presently in Aranyakanda Doha number 24. The context at this stage: Khara, Dushana, Trishira have been destroyed. Shurpanakha brought that news to Ravana. Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vichhinna. This is the final spiral in a spiritual movement. Rama is soul's potential reality. Rama is same as Brahman. Ravana has been activated. Aranyakanda, verse number 24. Kari puja Maricha tab, sadhar puchi baat, kavan hetu man vyagra ati, akasara ayavutat. Ravana has gone to his maternal uncle, Maricha, for his plan to kidnap Sita. Maricha is that demon who was dispelled by Rama during Rama was protecting the yajna sacrifice of Vishwamitra. At that time demons came, led by Maricha. Rama, by an arrow without the pinching point of the arrow, by a dull arrow he dispelled Maricha far away. Maricha is same as people who like good dishes to eat. Mirchi. That spikes up the taste. And subtle point about Maricha is he represents klishta, vasana. Vasanas, subtle impressions in your unconscious or subconscious state. Impressions that aid ignorance, egoism, attachment, hatred, and fear of death. These are called klishta samskaras. And these klishta samskaras, they stay in different stages. Prasupta, in dormant state in children. Tanu, those who have done some sadhana in a positive way, these klishta samskaras, they become attenuated. But Maricha represents Vichhinna state, overpowered state, apparently acting very positively, but is like a dust and dirt under rug. Apparently wonderful rug-like appearance, but also hiding layers of illusion, and they're called Vichhinna state. So Maricha is going to be sublimated in this stage. The first stage, when you work to sublimate your malas, gross impurities, the first stage is you control the impurities in your conscious stage, but subconscious continues to hold impressions. And the root of that impurity is there in your subconscious. So that root is now being targeted by Rama in a storyline. Ravana has gone to Maricha with his plan to kidnap Sita, because he heard through Shurpanakha the beauty of Sita. Sita is Viveka Buddhi, Ravana is ignorance. So ignorance is always obstructing Viveka Buddhi. Now let's follow the storyline. Kari puja Maricha tab sadar puchi baat kaman hetu man vyagra ati aksar ayahutat. Maricha, having welcomed Ravana, asked, "Oh dear one," because Ravana is a dear relative of Maricha, "why is your heart so much in distress? And you have come alone. Why?" दशमुख सकल कथा तेहि आगे कही सहित अभिमान अभागे. This misfortunate Ravana told all that had happened. All that had happened. Shurpanakha, her nose and ears been cut off. And Khara, Dushana and Trishira have been destroyed. And he told it with great conceit and said, "Ho kapat mrig tum chalakari, yahi vidhi hari ano nipanari." Become a deer to deceive Rama and lead Rama away so that I can kidnap his wife Sita. Tehi punni kaha sunahu rasa sisa, te nar roop charachar isa. Maricha, who knew the greatness of Rama, because Maricha was dispelled, and since then he has been adoring Rama in his heart, adopting a style of an ascetic. So he said, "O 10-headed Ravana, listen, Rama is not ordinary person. Rama is divine incarnation. God in human form. He is the ruler of all beings, movables, immovables. Do not hold animosity towards Rama. All things happen by Rama's will. When he wills, one dies. When he wills, one lives. Life and death of every soul is led by Rama's will. Muni makhara kan gayu kumara, binu farsar Raghupati mohimara. He is the same prince who had come to protect yajna performance of Vishwamitra. And I was with the project of destroying that yajna, and Rama discharged arrow without its sharp point. And in a moment, I was dispelled, thrown away hundreds of miles. Nothing good will happen if you maintain animosity towards him. In a subtle way, glory of Rama is being presented before you. Bhai bam keet bring ki nai, jata mer dekhu do bhai. And what happened to me? My status became like a bringi, like a wasp, rather like a worm that has been trapped by a wasp. That's just a poetic simile. Everywhere I began to see Rama and Lakshmana. O child, addressing Ravana, he says, you are a great hero, but do not create animosity towards Rama. Jahi tadaka subahu hati khandev har kodand khar dushan Trishira badev manuj ki as bariband. He who destroyed demoness Tadaka, demon Subahu, broke Shiva's bow, who destroyed Khara, Dushana and Trishira. Can he be a human being? He is a divine avatara. So do not create animosity towards him. Jahu bhavan kushal bichari, sunat jara ji din hisi bahugari. Thinking of your own safety, go back home, Maricha says to Ravana. But Ravana was extremely agitated, and in anger he said many abusive words. Guru jimi mood karasim bodha, kahu jaga mohi saman ko jodha. You are giving me wisdom as if you are my guru. That Ravana scolded Maricha. Who can be a warrior like me? Tab Maricha hriday anumana, navahi virode nahi kalyana. Shastrid marmi prabhu satadani, ved bandi kavi manas guni. Maricha reflected within his own heart. And he came to understand that one should not oppose 9 types of people, because that opposition will do you no good. Who are those people? Samarth Swami, one under whose guidance you are existing. We should not oppose that guiding light. Second one, Murkh, one who is absolutely foolish. You can expect nothing out of this. Third one, Dhanvan, very wealthy one. You never know. When his anger is awakened with all his power of wealth, how much he can do to you. Do not carry animosity towards a Vaidya, a physician or doctor. Next one, do not carry animosity towards a bard, someone who popularizes people by his using praises through his tongue, singing the praises. Next one, Kavi, one who is a poet, because in his poetry he can bring out such sentiments against you. And last one, a cook. These are practical points. One should be extremely careful. Samartha Swami, one who is guiding you in a spiritual way. Murkh, absolutely dull. Dhanvan, very wealthy. Vaidya, physician or a doctor. Bhat, a bard who sings praises. Kavi, who writes poems. And Rasoiya, one who is a cook. Ubhay bhanti dekha nij marana, tab takisi ragunayak sarana. Maricha saw by his mental reflection that if he follows what Ravana says, he is going to die. If he doesn't follow, Ravana will kill him. So, whatever it is, the time of his death has come. So better die by the hand of Rama than by the hand of Ravana. Utaru de tamohi badha bhage, kasna karau sar raghupati sar lage. If I oppose Ravana, this wretched Ravana will kill me. Why shouldn't I die by Rama? In subtle way, Maricha is ready to be sublimated. Asjiye jani dashanan sanga, chala Rama pada prema abhanga. And having come to understand internally how he should conduct now under the pressure given by Ravana, he followed Ravana's instruction. And internally, his heart was very delightful that he is going to join Rama. Man ati harash जना बनते ही, आज देखी हूं param sanehi. Internally he was so happy, but he didn't show it externally. Why was he so happy? Today I will be able to see Rama, who is supreme beloved. I will have darshan of Rama. And his heart was extremely filled with joy. Along in this is the style of Tulsidas ji. Along with this story, you are being given many insights of practical type, spiritual guidance, the path of devotion, and the vision of enlightenment. And in every stage of the story, Tulsidas ji puts in pearls of devotional wisdom. And here is one of the pearls. निज परम प्रीतम देखी लोचन, सुफल करी सुख पाई हूँ, श्री सहित अनुज समेत कृपा निकेत पद मन लाई हूँ, निर्वाण दायक क्रोध जाकर भगति अवसही बस करी, निज पानी सरसंधानी सो मोहि बधी सुख सागर हरि. He reflected within himself, I will be able to, wow, what a blessed opportunity. I will be able to see the dearest one. The dearest one is God. Everyone is looking for the dear one in this world. But the dear one is like deer running away through different paths. Deer. And nothing do you gain, but you get into more and more complications. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. For the sake of the self, all become dear. Moving to self-realization is your project of finding the dearest one. And who is the dearest one? Is your own inner self. Every soul is essentially like the sun. Souls are reflected suns in countless jars of water of the mental process. So, if one reflected sun in one jar loves another reflected sun in another jar, that love is a dear, dear one. It will run away. But if a reflected sun turns its gaze to its essential nature, who am I? And awakens the love of God, love of bhakti that leads to liberation. That becomes the most fulfilling project. So I will be able to behold Rama along with his wife Janaki Sita and brother Lakshmana. I will see him. Even his anger is a giver of moksha, liberation, and whose devotion leads to liberation. Bhakti, mukti bhakti ki dasi hai. If you develop devotion to Rama, liberation will come to you in an effortless manner. So such is Lord Rama. What a great fortune that I will be sublimated by the arrow of Sri Hari, who is the ocean of bliss. And today he will discharge his arrow and sublimate me. Mama pache dhar dhavat dhare sarasan ban. Piri piri prabhu biloki hum dhanya namo samaan. What a wonderful scene it will be. I will be running, he will be behind me. I will be running, but I will be looking back to have a little glimpse of Rama. And what a wonderful joy when your spiritual sensitivity comes to advance the stage. Then you begin to develop an internal positive expectation. How blessed it will be if my anger turns into peace, forgiveness, if my pride turns into humility, if my negative virtues implying if my vices were turned into virtues, tehi ban nikat disasanan gayavu, tab marich kapat mriga bhayavu. Externally following the instruction of Ravana and to please him, Maricha assumed the deceptive form of a deer. Ati vichitra kachubat barani na jayi, kanaka deha manirachita banayi. But not ordinary deer. The deer that was golden, pure gold, was shining through the deer's skin. What does it imply? Running after objects of the world, that's led by vasana, mirchi vasana, spicy vasana. But when you begin to develop an insight that what gives you happiness when you go after worldly pleasure, and if that insight begins to strengthen your spiritual movement, so what you are running after is golden, allegorically speaking, is very captivating. In other words, every object that seems to be a temptation for the soul, temptation is coming not from the object, from the God underlying the object. Every object is Satchit Ananda, name and form. So behind names and forms are Maya, illusory. When illusion begins to break, Siya Ram Mai Sab Jag Jani, every object is a source of divine inspiration. Every object can become a temptation or can become this gateway to divine vision. When an object has become a gateway to divine vision, it is like Rama's going after the golden deer. Sita param ruchira mridekha ang ang sumanohar vesha sunahu dev raghuvir kripala ehi mrikar ati sundara chala. Sita saw that beautiful deer, golden deer, Every part of the deer was so captivating. Sunahu deva raghubir kripala, ehi mrigakar ati sundara chala. Immediately said to Rama, O Lord Rama, what a wonderful seat we will have if you could bring the deer skin, the skin of this wonderful deer. Satya Sandha Prabhu Badi kahi Anahu charma kahati dehi. O Lord, you who follow the path of truth, go after this deer and bring the deer skin by killing the deer. If you take it literally, how could Rama family will be so cruel? Even ordinary family will not be inclined to destroy such cute animal. But it's all allegorical. It is not real killing. It is viveka buddhi, subtle intuitive intellect that is urging your soul to go after splitting name and form from Satchit Ananda. So the 5 factors go to blend with every object. Everything that you see has existence, knowledge, bliss, veiled by name and form. And Rama is to chop out name and form. But this is a project that completes in a state of self-realization. And Sita is awakening that aspiration for attaining liberation. So, that's the subtle meaning behind it. Tab Raghupati janat sab karan, uthe harashi sur kaj visar samaran. Rama knew who Maricha was. Though knowing, and though being omniscient, omnipotent, Brahman, yet for pursuing the purpose of his incarnation, for aiding aiding gods to destroy Ravana, he got up and prepared himself to go after Maricha. Mrig biloki kati parikar bandha, kartal chap ruchir saras साधा प्रभु लक्ष्मण नहीं कत कहा समझाई फिरत विपन निशिचर बहु भाई. Sri Rama prepared himself, taking bow and arrow in his hand, and started to go after Maricha, the deer. But prior to that, प्रभु लक्ष्मण ही कहा समझाई फिरत बिचन पिपिन बिनिश्चर बहु भाई. He told Lakshmana, "O brother, many demons continue to hide in this forest and they continue to wander. So, protect Sita. Keep under your observation. Sita keri karehu rakhwari बुद्धि विवेक बल समय विचारी. Look after Sita. Use all your skill to keep her protected. Your intellect, your strength, your discriminative vision. Use all that you have to protect Sita. Subtle point you have to always understand. Rama is a path of wisdom, jnana. Lakshmana is a path of Raja Yoga, meditation. Bharata is a path of bhakti. Shatrugna is a path of karma yoga. Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna, these are 4 aspects of yoga. And in Ramayana, all these 4 play their role. But here there is more focus is on the role of jnana and dhyana. Your meditative process should be guided by wisdom. And for what purpose? To secure viveka buddhi, intuitive intellect. Prabhu hi bilo ki chalam mriga bhaji, dhaye ram sarasana chaji. Seeing Rama coming after, the deer ran, and Rama was running behind him. Nigamneti shiva dhyana na pava, maya mriga pache so dhava. He who is beyond the grasp of Vedas, Puranas, beyond the grasp even of Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, and all the sages and saints. That Rama is running after a deceptive deer. That's the predicament of the world process. From the point of view of an aspirant is a Rama potential. And what he is doing, his pursuit is to go after that klishta vasana and to sublimate it. That's the central theme of life for one who is spiritually sensitive. Whatever your life you are living is a Rama pursuing the deer. Every soul is Rama potential, going after happiness. Happiness is the deer. And when deer becomes sublimated, the happiness becomes bliss. Bliss absolute. And in your sadhana movement is like a Rama running after the deer. And the deer is looking at Rama. Deer is also happy to see Rama. Rama is happy to go after the deer. Pragatat durat karat chal bhuri, ehi vidhi prabhu gaye ulay duri. The deer sometimes appears, sometimes disappears, adopting many tricks, lures Rama to go after. Tab taki Ram kathin sarmara, dhani dharani parev kari ghora pukara. Finally, Rama discharged his powerful arrow. Injured by that arrow, Maricha lay dying. And we concluded this stage. Om. Prayer for shower of Karunamayas grace over all of you. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarupum Bandhana Mrityor Mukshiyama Mritat Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhave Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat.